Okay, I thought this morning I'd make a little video here about some tools that I found to be really helpful when working on my bike. And I thought I'd kind of pass it along to you guys. Some of you guys might already know these tricks of the trade, but some of you might not, and hopefully this might help you out. The first one is scraping gaskets off of cases. Everybody hates doing that. It's a nasty, dirty job. But I found the greatest tool I've ever used. It's this little carbide scraper. If you don't have one of these, you're really missing out, because this is the tool that removes gaskets like you wouldn't believe. Even gaskets that have been on for 20 or 30 years, like some of these old Hondas that I work on and stuff, it just peels them right off. It's so nice. It makes a nice clean job. The cases are going to go back together with the new gaskets. They're not going to leak. The only thing you got to be careful of is it'll remove material too if you press down too much, and you really don't need to. You just need to scrape it and it'll just come off layer by layer by layer all the way around, and it's really quick. It's a lot better than razor blades or putty knives. It's an amazing tool. And it's got 3 edges on it. You can buy extra blades, and you can get them on Amazon for like 20 bucks. It'd be the best 20 bucks you ever spent. It's, what do they call it? A Bahco, B-A-H-C-O. That's a great tool. Okay, so the next one I've got for you. When you're working on Japanese motorcycles, you always find rounded out screws. The heads are all distorted and everything. That's because you're not using a JIS screwdriver. These are Japanese industrial standard, I think is what it means. And they're different than American Phillips head screwdrivers. They're designed to fit perfectly, to get the screws out and back in without distorting the heads. This is something you really need to have if you're working on the Japanese motorcycles. It'll just save you so much headache you won't believe it. They come in 2 sizes. This one's a JIS 1x75, and the next size up is a 2x100. And these are available again on Amazon for 8 bucks. And not that I'm pushing Amazon, but it's easy to find stuff. So these are well worth the money. Okay, the next thing, if you guys want to know when you pull a cylinder apart, if the cylinder's worn out, if there's taper in the cylinder or not, you need a telescoping gauge and a caliper to measure it. These are really inexpensive. I think the telescope gauges, these are about $17 for the set. And you can measure a lot of different things. The cylinders, you can measure the inside diameter of the rods, all these kinds of stuff. It's really helpful. So basically it's unlock it, squeeze it down, lock it, put it down in the cylinder, it springs open, and you lock it again, and then you pull it out, take your caliper, and then just measure. You can get a pretty exact measurement from that. This is another thing you need, is some digital calipers. These come in handy all the time for me. I use them almost consistently for measuring just about everything in there. You want to know the thickness of your clutch plates and the fiber plates and stuff. You got to have one of these. That's the only way you're going to know whether it's worn out or not. These guys, they're like $23 at Harbor Freight. So they're not really expensive. If you damage them, it's not a big deal to get rid of them. I think their telescoping gauges are like $17 for the set. And then buy yourself one of these guys too. This little tool is worth its weight in gold. Sometimes you just want to take a quick measurement on something. It comes in metric and standard both. You don't have to do Snap-on. Everybody makes one of these guys, but it's a really handy tool. Another handy thing to have is a multimeter. Again, Harbor Freight, I think these are under 10 bucks. You know, if you break one of them, it's not a big deal, but they work fine for continuity testing, for voltage level testing, you know, the kind of common things we all do on our motorcycles and stuff. So I just thought I'd give you guys a heads up on this. I know some of you guys know this stuff and some of you may not, and hopefully it'll save some of you guys a lot of headaches over the years. And that's about it I got for today, so have a good one. Thanks for watching.